Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Relevant Jukebox, and today I got another vinyl update for you. So this is going to be another installment in my vinyl update series, showing you guys my purchases over the last year, some more recent pickups. But man, there have been a lot of changes recently. Record Store Day getting postponed now on June 20th, and it seems like most retail locations are now all closed. So I don't really know how many new albums I'm going to be getting in. Probably not going to be getting any in, actually. So I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into this update. So starting off here is actually an EP I was really excited got a physical release from late last year. Kish Redux. Really awesome collection of pop tracks here. Love the production on this. What was kind of cool, I saw this get announced through like a pre-order, and it seemed like it got delayed, but it didn't say anything about it being a pink vinyl, which is a cool surprise. I thought this was going to be black. But it matches the cover really, really nice. Love the labeling on this one too. Next up, I got my favorite Lightning Bolt record in the mail, Hyper Magic Mountain. Really, really awesome noise rock band and album. This is my favorite one. And this was long out of print, just like Wonderful Rainbow, so I'm really psyched that Thrill Jockey did reissues, and they did a really good job. These things look awesome. This is like this like magenta and like black splatter vinyl. Really cool. Again, cool labeling, but I don't know if these are still available for sale, so hopefully you grabbed one if you were interested in this, but I do suggest getting it if you have not grabbed it yet. Next up, I got a couple favorites from last year. The mixtape from Flume. Hi, this is Flume. This is really like my favorite Flume material, I think. Never really caught me before as an artist. It's a cool gatefold, check this out. It's like the car from the cover on the side. All artsy and decked out. But yeah, I really like this EP. Lots of great features on it. Really love Sophie's guest production on this too. Really cool inner sleeve artwork. I mean, it's got this like kind of dystopian feel, and it's a white vinyl. This got delayed a bunch. I mean, this took forever. I think I bought this in like the spring of last year, or like the summer, right when it came out. And I didn't get this till almost December, which was crazy, but really happy to add this to the collection. Next up, I have one of my favorite hip-hop albums of 2019. Billy Woods and Kenny Siegel, Hiding Places. Really awesome, despondent hip-hop record here. And I was psyched that I picked up a first pressing of this. This sold out really quick, so I was happy to get my hands on a copy of it. I know they've put up a reissue at this point that does have instrumentals, which is really cool, but yeah, I just got this first press here. It's on black. Did not pick up the deluxe edition that had the alternate cover, which would have been sick. But I was lucky enough to catch Billy in Dorchester last year. And next up, I have Crumb's Jinx. I thought this was a pretty solid little album here. Really like the vibe on it. It's very melancholy, indie rock kind of stuff. But, you know, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty solid front to back. And this vinyl is awesome. It's the limited yellow press. Translucent yellow looks really cool. To match the cover, but yeah, loving the vibe on here. It's like a chilled out, like Melody's Echo Chamber mixed with like Portishead's Dummy or something. Okay, so next up, there was a sale at Newbury Comics before Christmas last year. I think they did like a weekend where they had 30% off, so I picked up a couple albums that I didn't have because they were at a really decent price. I got White Blood Cells from the White Stripes. I think this is my favorite White Stripes album, but I didn't have this in the collection. I mean, this is just one of the standard, you know, reissues. It's on black, but it's really thick press. It's nice, like 180 gram. But, you know, this is like an essential garage rock record to own, so had to buy that. Next up, I have my two favorite Bikini Kill records. I got Reject All American. Really awesome band from the 90s. And I also picked up Pussy Whipped. This one, a little bit harder to track than an original pressing, so I was glad this got a nice reissue. And it has the track For Tammy Ray on it, which is my favorite Bikini Kill song. That song is amazing. The vinyls are just black, so I'm not going to pull them out to show you, not that special, but two essential Bikini Kill records. Next up, I have a soundtrack here from one of my favorite movies of all time. And I believe this was the first time it was on vinyl. I'm not 100% sure, but I had to get it when I saw this got popped up. The American Beauty soundtrack. Now, this is the score, actually, by Thomas Newman. So, all the music that he wrote for it, and it is beautiful. I mean, it is haunting. Beautiful movie, obviously, too. Very moving. But, you know, just as like this artwork would suggest on this press, it's like what the record feels like. You know, if you haven't seen the movie, I mean, you've got to go see American Beauty. It's essential movie watching, I think. But look at this pressing. This is like unbelievable. It's black with like this like magenta kind of blossom effect in the middle. Oh my God, it's so awesome. It's almost like seeing the roses on Mina's, whatever her name is, blossom. It's really cool. Next up, I have an album that I got turned on to late in the year, thanks to Frank Ocean, actually, in his Blonded Radio. They played a track off this. I really dug it. It's Resin. This is a self-titled LP. Now, this is some kind of like indie electronic lo-fi dance music or something. Like it's kind of psychedelic, but it's really enjoyable. I mean, I like the textures on here, and it's, you know, a lot of the melodies are really good too. It has this like homegrown feel to it. Just, you know, black with silver labels, which looks really cool. But yeah, this was available on Trilogy of Tapes, I believe was the label. But definitely suggest giving this a listen, seeking it out. It's really awesome. Next up here is an album that was famously out of print for a very long time. And back when I really wanted to get my hands on this, I was really into this band. I don't really listen to them as much, but I was glad to see that this finally got a reissue because it was long overdue, and it was actually my favorite album of theirs. But Explosions in the Skies, How Strange Innocence. So, you know, Explosions in the Sky, pretty seminal post-rock band, I think. You know, maybe not the best post-rock band, but they are one of the good ones. And this album over here was their first release, and it was way out of print. Like, I think there was like 100 of them that they sold at like the record release that were like, yeah, I don't even know. Like, it was like super limited, very hard to find. They got the deluxe reissue treatment here, because look at how cool this vinyl looks. I mean, I don't even know what to call this press. I mean, it's like this like sky blue and white pulsar or something. It kind of reminds me of like the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack pressing that Mondo did, but like blue and white. I mean, it is just stunning. It's one of the coolest looking records that I now own. Even though I don't really play this album too much, I am just psyched to have this vinyl. And the second pressing is slightly different. It's like a darker blue and like marble with black in it, and then it has an etched D side that has like, you know, well, I think it's just, it says like lyrics or something on it. But yeah, really, really cool stuff there. And last up is a record that I stumbled upon in a local record shop that I was just kind of surprised to see, and I just kind of picked it up because it was kind of cheap. It was under 20 bucks, but Orchids, Chaos Is Me. Yes. You know, one of those relaxing at-home listens by yourself. But yeah, no, pretty seminal Screamo record. I mean, I would say this is the birth of Screamo here. I'm not exactly sure what the pressing information is on this particular press. I should have looked that up. But it's like a weird, like almost like putrid color on it. Yeah, had to add that to the collection. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this installment of my vinyl update series here, going over my recent records. I'm gonna try and keep up with this once a week till I get through all my recent pickups, and then maybe go through my whole collection A to Z. So if you like this video, I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like down below. And if you want more content from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Peace.